The OPP say they've charged 64 people in connection with a province-wide online child exploitation investigation. A total of 348 charges have been laid in Project Aquatic. Dale Manukduk joins us live now from Scarborough, where the results of the investigation were announced. Dale, what do we know?
Dwight, Project Aquatic was launched on February 19th. 27 police services gathered to launch 129 investigations, and the results are staggering. In just 10 days, police laid 348 charges on 64 individuals. They also seized 607 electronic devices. Police also identified 34 victims. Again, this was in just 10 days. The lion's share of the 129 investigations are what police refer to as reactive investigations. That's when police receive a report either from an individual, an internet service provider, or social media company flagging some predatory behavior. There was also at least one instance of a proactive investigation where police went undercover. They engaged with somebody online who was involved in child luring with the intention of meeting a child in real life for a sexual purpose. Now, OPP Staff Sergeant Tim Brown, who heads the province's Internet Child Exploitation Strategy, or ICE, he says that law enforcement can't police their way out of this problem. He says all stakeholders need to come to the table and be part of the solution. He had 3 tips to share.
We continue to ask the public to report child exploitation to police or to cybertip.ca. Second, stay alert. Imagine how you would feel if a stranger approached your child in a park. This same level of gravity must be translated to the digital playgrounds where predators lurk under the cover of anonymity and false identities. These dangers are not confined to the shadowy corners of the internet. Predators go where children go. Third, we need a continuous and holistic approach to this societal problem. Parents, educators, children, internet providers, and entire communities must be informed and vigilant about the realities of child luring, child grooming, and the dangers posed online. Education, awareness, and strong enforcement action are the foundations for combating child sexual exploitation on the internet.
Dwight, narrowing in on those 64 people charged, 13 were from Toronto, 14 from Greater Toronto municipalities.
They'll help us understand how technology is playing a role here.
It's a problem on multiple fronts, Dwight. Obviously, police acknowledge that technology, smartphones can be a great tool, but it also allows predators easier access to children and allows the predator communities to easily share information on how to target and exploit children. There's also the problem of artificial intelligence, which over the last years has really exploded.
Well, to say it's a nightmare would be an understatement. In 2022, and this is just our little footprint in the world on this, but we identified about 2,600 images we flagged as AI generated, 3,700 the following year, and this year, in 1 month alone, we saw 500. So we're probably on course for 6,000 at least this year, flagged as AI generated. There's 2 sides to that equation. There's one where offenders are seeking the tools to take even existing child sexual abuse material to create an AI-generated image. And you can only imagine the nightmare for those victims who have long-standing series, and now there's actually new abusive imagery of them tied to that. So that's a horror unto itself. The second layer to this is the nude AI generators that youth get their hands on and think it's funny to produce an AI-generated image of a kid in school.
So again, Dwight, Project Aquatic wrapped up. It was a 10-day investigation involving 27 police services. 348 charges were laid on 64 individuals. They also seized 607 electronic devices. Now, this problem isn't going away now that Project Aquatic is over. There's still a lot of work to do. The OPP says they do have the tools, and they're going to need them because Ontario receives about 25% of child exploitation reports across the country. Dwight?
Dale Manukduk reporting from Scarborough. Thank you, Dale.